performance, with nights of practice and laughter all leading to this spectacular night.
Plus, food banks are in full swing amidst the government shutdown.
And as vehicle accidents on Interstate 70 continue to pile up, we take a look at how drivers can be safe on the roads and make it to their destination in one piece.
Those stories and more ahead on Lindenwood News. Welcome to this edition of Lindenwood News. I'm Anna Rao.
And I'm Truman Griesel.
Homecoming Week is a beloved tradition across campus. Throughout Homecoming Week, student organizations and FSL groups competed for homecoming points, leading up to the announcement of the overall winner. The week kicked off with a hoedown, where students learned popular line dances taught by their peers. Next up was Trivia Night, featuring 8 categories ranging from St. Louis facts to sports and even musical math. One of the most anticipated events, Lip Sync Battle, brought high energy as students showed off weeks of preparation with creative performances. On Friday, Res Life hosted a bonfire behind Frommer Pond with s'mores, hot chocolate, and karaoke. Saturday started with the homecoming parade on Main Street, featuring the Spirit Squads, marching band, and floats from campus organizations. The celebration continued at the tailgate outside Hunter Stadium, packed with students, families, and alumni. During halftime, homecoming royalty was crowned. Congratulations to Eli Northcutt and Alvy Herod, your 2025 King and Queen. Lindenwood's Lip Sync Battle is arguably the best event during the homecoming season. Organizations and Greek life come together to compete for prizes while lip syncing and dancing We got the chance to see Lindenwood Pridettes prepare for the competition with nights of practice and laughter, all leading up to the spectacular night.
My favorite part of practicing is seeing everybody, seeing the smiles on their faces, and dancing, of course.
My favorite part about practicing is being with my teammates, and I don't often call them teammates because I look at a lot of them, pretty much all of them, like they're my friends. I am able to hang out with them, I'm able to be vulnerable, I'm able to talk to them. And it's just very, very heartwarming whenever I come into this room because we love each other and you can genuinely tell how much we care for each other.
I think what will be the most exciting part of a performance is seeing our creativity, seeing our ideas like we came up with.
The most exciting part, I would probably say, would have to be the run when we're chasing, when the bikers are chasing after the cow people and then the cow people are chasing after the bikers. It's come back a little chasing, but I think that's my favorite part of lip sync. I am super excited. One thing about me, I love when we perform. I love when people can see our faces. I love when people can know our names. And I just know lip sync is literally one of the best events that Lindenwood throws because it just gives a lot of visibility for us. And we're gonna go for our streak. We won lip sync in 2023. We won an award in 2024, and we're definitely winning an award in 2025.
It is the 30th day of the government shutdown, but after a visit to a food bank from the St. Louis area, we get an inside look at how they keep busy during the last few weeks.
Thanks, Truman. The food banks are in full swing in the midst of the government shutdown. We were able to go to the St. Louis area food bank and learn more. We were able to pay a visit to the St. Louis area food bank and talk to Erica Kincaid about everything going on within the food bank.
So we are entering the holiday season right now, which is a time when many of the neighbors in our community are struggling financially. There are a lot of unexpected bills that come up this time of year. They may have trouble with utilities or other payments, so it can be a really stressful time for families. So we do see need increasing this time of year.
Between the holidays being so popular and the government shutdown, the food bank has had to make a few changes.
When we can, we're increasing the volume of food that we're having available at our distribution events, especially our Thanksgiving and Veterans Day events this year, because of government workers who've been impacted or just additional families needing assistance. You want me to talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the ways that the St. Louis Area Food Bank is looking to help families this year is by looking at the food that we're distributing. When possible, we are trying to distribute more food at our events because we know there are a lot of people that are impacted right now. So for example, our Veterans Day events, we've increased the size of those to help with military members who may be currently furloughed or not receiving paychecks. Our Thanksgiving Together distribution event is also going to be increased in size because we know there are a lot of families in the bi-state region who need that assistance right now.
The food bank is a business that continues to help people all times of the year, and despite issues, they've made it work. Cool. If you're looking to volunteer and be a part of the community, the St. Louis Area Food Bank is always looking for volunteers to help their facility.
Officials from the Missouri Department of Transportation are raising alarms as the state approaches the final months of 2025, with over 660 road fatalities already recorded this year. MoDOT reports that this number is nearly identical to the same period last year, with concerns that the total could match or exceed previous years if current trends continue. With the rise in road fatalities comes a way that the department is urging the public to be safe out on the roads. Data shows that deadly crashes tend to rise over the last quarter of the year, with the increase in road traffic during the holidays, coupled with factors like distraction and impairment contributing to this trend. In the St. Louis area, the construction occurring on I-70 stretches of road out near Wentzville, as well as just across the Missouri River at the I-270 and I-64 junctions, have become increasingly dangerous. Tighter lanes, shifting traffic patterns, and reduced speed limits mean drivers need to be extra alert. Last week saw yet another fatal crash as a 17-year-old headed east near Wentzville lost control of their car and crossed the median, broke through the cable barrier, entering the westbound lanes before a semi-truck struck the vehicle, resulting in all westbound lanes being shut down until first responders could clear the scene. Transportation officials say many of these crashes can be prevented. They're reminding drivers to slow down in work zones, maintain a safe following distance, and avoid sudden lane changes in areas with narrow lanes or construction equipment. Even a few extra seconds of patience can save a life. Captain Scott White, who leads the Missouri State Highway Patrol's Information and Education Division, says about the topic of safe driving, quote, "Having a phone in our hands behind the wheel gives us all three types of distraction: visual, manual, and cognitive, and those behaviors can be addressed through continued enforcement and education. The seatbelt law is also secondary in Missouri, but we've reached a 90% usage rate. If we could have 90% of people putting their phones down while driving, we'd see a reduction in distracted driving crashes." Here behind me, you can see the hot spots for fatal crashes this year. 65 have already taken place in the St. Louis area up through St. Charles and as far out as Wentz O'Fallon this year. Authorities say many of these incidents could have been prevented with safer driving habits and better awareness behind the wheel. Safety officials urge all drivers to stay alert, follow signs, and keep their focus on the road, especially in areas known for confusing ramps and lane shifts. MoDOT is advising drivers to buckle up, put their phones down, and slow down to help reverse the deadly trend. Back to you, Anna.
Thanks, Truman. That's it for this edition of Lindenwood News. I'm Anna Rao. Thanks for joining us.